Hey guys, it's Rose, and this month's idea is our Jacksepticeye story. So, my video is first. I'm going to tell you my story of meeting Jacksepticeye, the day we met him, and basically what happened. My video is first. Next week, Cheyenne will upload hers, and Michaela will upload hers the week after. Anyway, so let's get started. I did a story time a while ago, and it took a very long time for me to do. It took me 2.5 hours to film, edit it, and get it all ready, and I don't want to go through that again because I had a very stressful time making that. I made it on my personal channel. This video is about my experience, but this whole channel is not just about me. If you want to know about my time, how I got on the Late Late Show when I met Jacksepticeye, I will put a link to it in the description, but I'm not going to go through that again because I don't see the need to, and also it was very stressful to do that. What I will talk about in this video is the second time I met Jacksepticeye and what happened. The second time I met him was at the HDWGH tour in Dublin. It was the final show and I was very excited for it. We drove from Cork all the way to Dublin, booked the hotel and stayed there. We spent the day getting into the town and just passing the time. I got ready, I had a shower, I washed my hair, I drew a tattoo, Sean's Bolt Hunter's Mark tattoo. We took a cab from the hotel to the theatre, and outside I was recognised a couple of times by some fans because it was an Irish show. All the fans there have seen the Late Late Show. A couple of fans by there, and I was telling them he's 10 times better than what you think he is, I promise you. We went up to buy the merch. I managed to, what I got there was a How Do We Get Here t-shirt and a PMA hoodie. I got a free poster, and so did my mom, and we went in. People were rushing in, the front row seats were gone, so I managed to get over to the edge seat, but then I just started to bawl. Before he came out, I was going. And Vernon, if you don't know who he is, like, he looks like Vernon, came out and he grabbed the mic on the stage and he was reading out the rules. He was like, can't do hugs, please don't video, you know, things like that. And he was like, can't do birthday, can't sing happy birthday or anything. Well, then when he announced that Sean came out, everyone was screaming. There was a lot of girls that night, actually, and he came out and everyone was just screaming. I had a poster with me. I had a big poster of me and Sean that I held while there while crying, and as he walked out, he walked over to Vernon, took the mic from Vernon, looked into the audience, and he said, "Oh, I remember you, you're the girl from the Late Late Show." And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "How are you?" And I was like, "Okay." He was like, "You're crying already." He was like, "I can't come down to hug you." And I was like, "I know." He was like, "There's no Ryan to bring you up." And I was just laughing. Then he said, "Hi everyone." Everyone was just like, "Hi." And I was like, "I missed you." And he was like, "Aww." Now, I didn't go first for the Q&A. Mostly just because I couldn't remember what I was going to ask. A couple of people were asking their questions. I do have footage of what went on that night, but I cannot show this in the video because Sean did ask not to video it. My mom snuck a video, but to honor his wishes, I won't be posting it here. That's just for me, like, just mine. If Cheyenne and Michaela want to do it, that's fine, but this is just my opinion. Like, don't let my opinion, like, spoil. Like, Sean asked for us not to film. Technically, I broke the rules, but I don't want to upload it because the How Do We Get Here movie will come out soon. So a few questions went by, and then it was my turn. And I was the only one that was allowed to talk to Sean for a little bit before the Q&A. And I don't want to give out too much, but let's just say we had a funny conversation before I asked my question. I can't give out a lot because I don't want to spoil anything. But I will say that the thing that I did ask him was, do you have any advice to a person? And bear in mind this came up right at the top of my head and I could not ask this properly. I'm surprised he actually answered it in the end because I was just blathering. I said, do you have any advice to a person on how to accept who they are as a person and just to not feel like an outcast? I also told him that I was autistic, and I also told him I forgot to tell him on the night. He answered it, but then he said something really, really surprising. I can't say it here because I'll just say that personally I don't really want to give anything away. You'll find out during the How Do We Get Here movie. For some reason, if the clip of when I saw him isn't in the How Do We Get Here movie, I'll tell you myself. But basically that's it from that, and the Q&A went on as normal. Then the actual show went on. Now my mom and I during the VIP sat in the second row, but my seat was in the front row. Now I was scooched into a corner, but I was right in front of the stage, and we were like putting our feet against the stage because it was nice. And then he came out and everyone was just cheering, and I still had my poster. I was still holding out my poster, and it was over in a flash. It was legit over in a flash. Like, I just had like a big grin on my face just from watching him, and felt amazing. He was like, "Oh, it feels so good to be home." Now, next thing is not very good to hear because it's a bit down, but when the show was over, my parents and I went outside, and this is the thing, we were going to wait for Sean to come out, but then this happened. We walked around the back to see if we could find the tour bus. We couldn't. Then some other group of fans went to the back. I wasn't with them, I could just see them in here. They asked, "Is Sean going to come out?" And the woman there said, "No, he's not here." They said that he's gone. And we were like, "What?" He's like, "He's gone?" We were like, "That's impossible." Like, he left all his fan art and everything, and it was 10 minutes after the show ended. Like, we were like, we couldn't. With that, my parents told me that we had to go back to the hotel. I cried. A lot. Because I didn't get to tell him all the effect that he did on the Late Late Show, like how much he's helped me and how much he's changed my life for the better. I did give him a letter, of course, but I wanted to tell him personally. And then the next morning, I got a picture from someone. I can't remember who, and they were, I can't remember who, but I saw them at the night, and they had a picture with Sean. They said they saw me that night, and they said half an hour after you left, he came outside. Yeah, not very pleasant. But it doesn't matter. Like, I'll get another opportunity to see him. Everyone will. Like, I am grateful, don't get me wrong. It's just a bit sad about what happened that night. Well, don't get me wrong, I am grateful for what happened. Really. Don't get me wrong, I am grateful for going there, and it was incredible what he did and what he said to me, which you'll find out when the How Do We Get Here video comes out. But I can say that the ending was disappointing, but I can say I wouldn't change it after it. I wouldn't change the night itself. The only thing I would change is I would wait till he came out after that. That is just, yeah. So that is my story of meeting Jacksepticeye the second time. Again, if you want to hear about the first time I met Jacksepticeye, I will put a link down below. I made that video nearly 2 years ago. It's very bad, it's very badly edited, warning about that. I made that back in 2018 before I even went to the How Do We Get Here tour. Anyway, this is the first real video that we have going up apart from the introduction video. So that is it. Make sure to give this a big thumbs up and subscribe, and put down in the comments what you think, and let us know in the comments what you want to see next. I'll see you guys next month. Bye.